Hey, what's up everybody? Back with another day. I'm going to show you how I built today's meals so that I can hit my macronutrient goals for the entire day. Did stuff different today. No eggs, 0 eggs. That's a big deal. Probably more to me than you, but no eggs today. So I'm going to show you what happens when you just get sick of something and you need to move that out of your daily food plan for a little while, how you can work around that to still hit your target number. So before we get started, as usual, please do me a favor. If you find this video to be helpful to you, please hit the like button while you're here and maybe even the subscribe button. I do these every single day to show you how I'm building my daily food for the day to hit my numbers. So anyways, let's get started. Again, something a little bit different today. I didn't do any eggs, which is, I love eggs. They're great, but I woke up this morning and just thought like, I don't want eggs today, so what am I going to do? Well, all you really have to do is move pieces around, figure out other stuff, it's a puzzle every single day. Just because it's a different puzzle piece or a different type of puzzle doesn't mean that the system doesn't work the exact same. So all I did was I replaced it with some other stuff, moved some pieces around until my numbers fit into where they finally got to a place where I was happy with them. So without further ado, let's take a quick look at how I built today's food. All right, here we are with another day of putting a meal together, or multiple meals, I should say, putting our meal plan together. Let's go with that. So let's start where I usually start, at the top with my overall numbers. I've completed today's, and this is where I've ended up at. Let's look first at the overall calorie count. As you've seen in my other videos, I want to be just a little bit over on my calories. I never want to be a little bit under right now because I'm trying to actually add on a little bit of weight. So I want to be at least 0 over, well, I guess 0 over wouldn't be over, 1 over, or under 50, right? That's kind of like my preferred range. Now here you can see 62.4. I'm not going to worry about it. It's pretty close to 50. We're going to go with it. Earlier, whenever I was building this, at first it was 100 and something over, like 102. That's too much for me. Not by much, but I felt like I could tweak it a little bit, and sure enough, I'm back down in a range where I actually like. Now, if I wanted to get real crazy with this and go like, well, it's still more than 50, I would probably look for an opportunity to decrease maybe like some carbs or some fats. So, I would actually probably look through here and say, oh, here's something that I can move around, or here's something I can decrease. But I'm looking through here and I'm really not seeing anything that I'm too worried about here. So we'll just probably leave it. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I will do something just to show you. On my dinner, you can see here the Greek yogurt at the bottom. It's 4 protein, 1.5 carbs, 0 fat. So if I remove this, it's going to pull just a little bit of my protein, my carbs down, and probably get me, see now look, my overall numbers at the top, that really kind of did it. 39.9 over now versus the 60 something. So, you can look for ways to tweak your numbers once you've got this built to fit it in exactly the way that you want it to fit. I'm actually probably still going to eat that Greek yogurt, but well, that's kind of a nice example of how you can move things around. So again, just a little bit over on my proteins, my carbs, and my fats. That's all looking good. This is a perfect day again as far as really how I want it to look at the end. So just like every day, how do I build this? Well, I start with the same 2 things, or the same 2 meals, just about every single day. Those are a pre-workout and a post-workout. And they've almost got the exact same things in them here. There's always a scoop and a half of whey protein. I drink these about 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after my workouts. Now, typically what I want to do also is add some sort of carbs in with each one as well. Now you can see here on my post-workout, I've got 2 pastries, Pop-Tarts. What I'm actually going to do here is I'm actually going to put one of those, I'm going to eat one with the pre-workout. So I'm going to have one pre and post. So it's basically going to be the exact same pre-workout meal. Now, of course, if you've looked at other days, if you watched other videos, you're going to know that I typically have raisins and peas, dried peas, some sort of variation of that. So I'm mixing some things up here a little bit, doing some stuff a little bit differently, so no raisins or peas there. So we're going to start now with my meals. Now, of course, like I was saying before, this is the first day in probably 3 weeks that I haven't had eggs or some sort of egg variation for my lunch. I really wanted to do this just to show you that at some point, if you're relying on a particular food and then you're just like, I'm sick of this. I don't want to do another day of this. Just replace it. Just pick something else, move some pieces around. You can see here, this is a meal, this breakfast, this milk, and then this particular cereal and the extra raisins. This is something that I often do at dinner as a late night carbs type of thing, but we're gonna actually go ahead and do it for breakfast just as it was probably intended. High carb breakfast for sure, 225 total carbs, 19 grams of fat. You know, if I do liquid eggs, my fat's probably gonna be a 1, you know, so this is a much different breakfast than I usually do, but some days different is good. And I say that going into my lunch, which is basically the exact same lunch that I've been having every day for quite some time. We're gonna do the pouch of Uncle Ben's whole grain rice, the turkey, the ground turkey, which is the 93% fat free. And so we're gonna do 7 ounces of that. And then just some of that plain Greek yogurt. We're gonna do that. And just a nice little kind of mash of food. I just mix it all together because I'm lazy. Let's do dinner. Again, simple, not gonna go nuts. We're gonna do the sweet potato again and the ground turkey again. You know, I'm one of those people that can eat the same thing over and over again for quite some time before it bothers me. And I can add various things into it that are calorie free that help change the taste. So I can do Frank's Red Hot sauce. I can do different types of some mustards. Like I have a jalapeno mustard right now. I can do different types of spices, onion powder, garlic powder, different things like that. So even though they look very similar on the app, I change it up just to kind of make things a little bit different throughout the day. And here we go with my snacks. I'm eating quite a bit throughout the day, some snacks here, but I had room to do this. I'm gonna do my frozen fruit bar, nice 15 grams of carbs there. I'm gonna do one of my Lenny and Larry's protein cookies. I haven't had one for a few days, and frankly, I just wanted one, so I made it work. Put one of those in there. Now you can see it's got 17 grams of fat. That's part of the reason I don't do them very often, because it's a pretty high fat content snack, but it just worked out good today. Gonna do some Greek yogurt. This is the flavored Greek yogurt. You can see it's 0 grams of fat, which kind of helps offset that protein cookie right above it, but nice 12 grams of protein there. And then we're gonna do a 1 bar. It's one of those protein bars, like a Quest bar type of deal. I like those because they have almost equal proteins and carbs and quite a bit less fat. So those are nice as well. And that's the end. This is my total. This is what I'm doing. Nice pre and post workout. Got my 3 rounded meals, and then I got a lot of snacks I'm gonna be eating throughout the day. So that's the end. That's how I built this particular day. I'll probably go back to the egg again tomorrow, just for simplicity's sake, but I really wanted to show you, like, if you just on one day want to change the whole thing up, change some meals around and eliminate something, like, you control this. Like, you do this however you want to do it, and as long as it fits your numbers, rock and roll. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Let me know if you got any questions, and we're headed to the workout portion.